Light skin, pretty bitch, little tits, thick ass. I talk a lot of shit and got way more class. I'm the boss of my business, CEO, and I be damned if I entertain a goofy hoe. 3 kids at 21, I fucking lost my mind. That's why I hustle every day, can't knock me off my grind. I gotta get it, gotta go, I can't take me no losses. That's why whenever you see me, I'm surrounded by bosses. I can't never let no nigga fuck me out my bread. Talking all that I love you shit, trying to fuck up my head. Same bitch from the 410, and they gon' talk anyway, so I'ma give them the show. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and click the link to subscribe. It's free, you know, you don't gotta pay for it. It's free, it's free. And then you get notifications for all my videos so you won't miss anything. So today I'm coming on to do the Q&A video that is long overdue. I was supposed to have been did this video like a while ago, but I was so busy and overwhelmed the last couple months. Like, I'll tell you guys all about it in a different video, but like, I'm really like, I'm okay. But yeah, I've been going through a lot. So like, I really haven't been able to like wrap my mind around like really doing anything like this. Anyway, I asked you guys like a month ago to give me some questions that you wanted to know about me. Let me find my questions. Where are my questions? Anyway, I asked you guys to give me questions that I could really talk about some things that are personal to me, some things that you guys wanted to know about me, something that I could actually like sit down and talk to you guys about stuff and give you an insight on my life or just me personally, how I think, my opinions, whatever. And you guys actually gave me some really good questions, which I wasn't sure you guys were going to do that because I've never asked anyone to do that before. And when I looked it up, it was saying like, make sure you actually have people that care about like what you have going on, because if you don't, you're going to ask them for questions and then nobody's going to tell you anything. Like nobody's going to even respond because no one cares. But surprisingly, you guys cared. Like you guys cared. And you asked me some really good questions because I thought it was going to be stupid shit, because like I do get some stupid shit on like my social medias from people like being weird and creepy. But you guys actually gave me some really good questions. I'm really out of breath right now. I don't know why. I can't breathe for some reason, and it's really hot. Like I have this fucking hot ass sweater on, and then I think it's because I'm sitting by this window and there's like a lot of sunlight coming in right now, and it's making me fucking hot. I literally turned the heat off in the house a few moments ago, so hopefully it cools down. And I'm feeling like kind of nauseous. I'm trying to eat some stuff. Like I'm trying to get myself together. Like, bear with me. I have issues. I'm doing my makeup right now. I got like a little bit of makeup on, but I'm trying to fix it because it's not like right. So I'm doing makeup. I went to the doctor today. They had to check my blood sugar, so I got my finger pricked, but it was okay. They said my blood sugar, I thought that shit was going to be high because I was literally drinking a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, caramel iced coffee, and I get extra caramel in mine. So I thought it was going to be like, you have diabetes, but I don't. She said it was really good, so that's really good. My first question is, do you think the vaccine is legit? I don't know why they asked me this question, but I'm gonna answer it. I think they meant, do I think it's okay to take it or not take it? So also, if you see my eyes like moving all around, it's because I'm looking at myself, but then I'm trying to get used to looking at the camera lens because that's what you're supposed to look at. And it's hard for me because like I'm still new to YouTube. I'll get it eventually, but yeah. So I think that whether or not you take the vaccine is up to you, based off of your situation, based off of your life, your health. And I think that it should be a personal decision. I don't think that anyone should influence your decision or tell you whether or not it's wrong. Me personally, I have not been vaccinated. My kids have not been vaccinated. A lot of people close to me have not been vaccinated. I have a couple people in my family who have been vaccinated, but a lot of us haven't been. I don't think I'm going to get vaccinated anytime soon, just because it is pretty new and I do want to just give it some time to like let it let them get all their nooks and crannies out and like get it right before they put it in me, you know? Like, I don't even get the flu shot. Like, I don't really care for vaccines. Like, I don't care for my kids to get it. It is required to have it here in New Jersey for kids, the flu shot. So I'm afraid that they're going to try to make that shit like required too, which sucks. But I feel like it's your body. It's your choice. It's your decision. I've already had COVID. I got COVID back in May from my boyfriend who was sick, and I was taking care of him. And then I got it. We didn't know he had COVID, or else I probably would have stayed away from him. His symptoms were much worse than mine. My symptoms weren't as bad. Honestly, the worst thing for me was the freaking losing my taste and losing my smell. I like to eat. I like snacks. I like sweets. So it was very hard for me. My taste and smell did not come back right away. I probably didn't have taste for like 3 weeks. Imagine that. So that was one of the hardest things for me. Another thing, I sing and I rap. So another thing that really bothered me when I had COVID was that my voice would go hoarse. And it did this for months. So like, even after I didn't have COVID, after I was done quarantining and all that, I literally couldn't sing as well or rap as well because my regular voice was not fully there for a while. And that was probably worse to me than the taste and the smell, honestly, because it was like I wanted to go to the studio, but I didn't feel confident in my voice because it's like if I go to the studio and I try to sing, my voice is gonna crack. Like I felt like my career as a musician was over. Like it was fucking sucked. And I looked it up and it was like a thing. Like it's actually a thing. There were some other people who are professional singers and stuff, and they said the same thing. Like after they had COVID, their voice did not fully recover for a very long time. They were seeing specialists and doing all kinds of things to try and get their voice back right, and their voice did not fully recover. So that is something to think about. If you use your voice for your profession, then you should be even more careful with this COVID shit, because what if your shit don't come back? Like now you don't have your money. And that fucking sucks. Luckily, my voice did come back, and everything was fine. But what if it didn't? That shit was scary, y'all. I did get really sick one of the days that I had COVID. Like I had a fever really bad, and I was like throwing up. But I think by the end of the day, I was pretty much better. The quarantine sucked, not being able to go out, because like I said, my symptoms weren't so bad, so I wanted to like go out and do stuff and feeling like I was okay, but I couldn't. I had to wear a mask in the house and stuff like that. So it was pretty crazy. Like it was pretty wild, but after I've had it the first time, I feel like I've built antibodies to it, and I don't think I necessarily need the vaccine. Now, I might get it later on. I probably will, because I need it for work and stuff, but I don't know. Not now. So yeah, that's it. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So I'm 25 years old. In 5 years, I will be 30. I see myself already, it was just spit. I see myself already pretty successful in a lot of the things that I want to accomplish, because I have multiple goals and multiple dreams that I want to accomplish. So I definitely see myself very successful in those. I see myself with a large family. I've always wanted to have a lot of kids. I see myself married with a big house, lots of cars. I see myself successful. I said successful, but I guess I mean more like wealthy. Because I feel like a lot of my endeavors are definitely going to pay off. And, you know, jump off, like really take off. I see my businesses skyrocketing. Like, I have one business now, but I have so many like ideas. I'm very like entrepreneur mindset. So I definitely see a couple more businesses in play that are definitely doing well. All my investments, I see myself doing like more in the stock markets, more with all that stuff. Like, I just see myself very wealthy and very well off and comfortable, and my children as well. I see my YouTube channel being very, very successful, very large following. I see my music taking off, but I feel like my music is going to go into a different direction. Like, right now I have like a lot of like more raps and stuff, but I'm definitely a singer, so I'm digging it deeper into my emotions. And I definitely see the R&B side taking off a lot more in the next couple of years. I see my children very successful as well. My oldest daughter would be like 13. And I definitely want my kids to be very involved in different activities and sports. So I see them being very healthy, very happy, very active and involved in their communities. You know, and me as well. Like, I really want to get involved into the community. I just moved into the location where I'm at, and so I don't know a lot of people here, and I have a lot going on, so I really can't do as much as I would like to do. But once I see more income coming in and like I get stable, like in a stable place where like I buy my house and stuff like that, I see myself really getting involved in the community. I have always wanted to do a nonprofit group, specifically for women and children, girls, you know, like I really want to help women and children. Like, that's one of my number one goals as well. Once, you know, I get this surplus of funds coming in to play, and I'm able to really have everything that I need and want. I'm a very generous person, and I feel like our job on the planet is to make other people's lives better and easier if you can. I feel like if God puts you in a position to be able to help people, then you need to do that. Like, you're supposed to do that, and you should want to do that. You should feel good doing that. And I love to help people. So I've always wanted to do a nonprofit group, and just like I said, get really involved in my community. I want to be able to donate to different charities. I want to be able to help homeless people. Like, if I had the money, I would literally go outside, pick a person and be like, let me change your life. Like, let me change your life. You don't have anywhere to live. Let me put you in a house. Like, that's where I see myself. I see myself doing those things for people, because I don't think I should be here and just being greedy. Like, you know, we can't take the money with us when we die. I definitely want to set up my family. You know, of course, my family is always coming first. I definitely want to make sure I build a legacy, because I want my children to be able to do the same thing. I want my children to grow up with the same mindset. Like, my mom worked hard for everything that we have, and she was able to give us a good life. I want them to be able to say these things. She was able to give us a good life. And, you know, I watched her work her way up, and now, you know, we can help people too. Just like my mom. Like, I want them to be like, I want to help people too. I want my kids to be able to carry on my legacy and be good people and help make the world a better place. And I don't want to just write a check. You know, I don't want to just write a check and be like, oh, here, donating for tax purposes. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to actually be involved. Like, I want to go to these places that I'm giving my money to. I want to see these people. I want to talk to these people. I want to encourage people, because like, I didn't have a lot of support growing up. I just happened to be a strong person. I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be a strong person with a strong mind, and I overcame a lot of adversities. I'm still overcoming adversities. I'm not perfect. I'm not rich, like none of that, but I know that I'm going to get there, and I know that I'm on my way there, and I'm on the right path. And I know that I'm definitely not where I used to be, and I know that I'm definitely a lot more independent now than I have been in the past. And I just thank God for that. One day, God is going to put me in a position to be able to help other people. There was this once or twice in my life when I was younger, and I had my kid young. There was a woman. She really inspired me. She was a really nice white lady. She had a nonprofit business that she started because basically she started her business because she had something happened with her first child. I can't really remember. I wish I could, but something happened where she was pregnant with her child and she wasn't able to have the baby. Something happened, and she started this nonprofit business to be able to help other young women and just make their life a little bit easier, you know, when they're having children, you know, young age, or having children and not being able to have, you know, everything you need, and like having children and like not having all the money or the resources to be able to afford the child. So she had this nonprofit business where she would provide classes for young women who were pregnant, and as a result of those classes, she would help you with like your baby. So like basically, if you were to participate in the classes and learn all these things, you know, she in turn would help you. Like, so like if you told her you didn't have a stroller for your baby, she would find a way to get you a stroller. If you didn't have a car seat, whatever you needed, she would help you. And I'm not gonna lie, I was 17 years old, still in high school, having a baby. I didn't have a fucking job. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But like, I met this lady. She helped me so much. Like, she helped me so much. And I will never forget that. I always want to help the people who help me. So, you know, if she's still in business and she's still operating under her nonprofit, I promise, like, when I get rich, I'm going to donate to her business because she helped me a lot. You know, I was very young and I felt disappointed. So like, I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard when you're young having a baby. So it just gave me a place to be able to like have some type of a support and just feel like somebody's like got your back. So I just always remember that experience, and I was always so inspired by her. And that is honestly what made me want to start my own nonprofit group and be able to help other women and other young girls. And not just women who are pregnant. Like, I want to help women and young girls because like through my lifetime of being a young mom and then becoming a single mom later, I've been through a lot of shit. We'll talk about that shit later in another video, but I've been through a lot of shit in my short life. My short 25 years. I've experienced more than most people at 25. So, I know how shit can be. I know how hard it is out here for women. Like, I know. It fucking sucks. It's hard to do things on your own, like, when you have children. And I know that there's a lot of women who are not as strong. I'm like, I'm about to cry. I'm emotional. Oh my God. But like, why the fuck am I crying on camera? I'm so emotional, y'all. Like, I'm not sad. I'm emotional because like I have a lot of hormones and shit going on. But I don't know. I be crying when I think about like all the shit that I have been through, because like I'm so proud of myself. Like, I've been through so much and I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, I'm still going through shit. I'm not fucking perfect. My life is, I'm still evolving. I'm still changing, but I'm happy where in the path that I'm going. And I'm happy that I'm not where I used to be, and that I can now tell my story and hopefully help other people in the future. But anyway, like, I've been through so much in my short 25 years of life, so I just really want to like help other people, because like like, I know that there's other women out here who are not as strong as me. And I've met people, I've seen people, like, there's people who don't have like the ambition that I have, or like the grind and the hustle that I Yo, I'm really crying. So like, I want to be there for those people. I want to like help those people who don't have anybody else, because there was times when I felt like I didn't have anybody, but luckily, like I said, I was strong enough to be able to continue and push on and like get out of that rut. But there's some people who can't, and who just can't fathom it. Like, they can't get it in their mind. And like there's people I saw in the news, like there was a girl who like killed herself, and she killed herself, and she had kids, and it's like so sad. She was a young girl too, like she was a young girl, like 25, 26, and she had 2 kids, and she just decided to kill herself. And it's like, I can't imagine, like I've been in that position. I've been there. Like, I've been in the position where I was so sad, so depressed, I had so much going on, and it's like, I couldn't, let me get myself together. Ooh. I couldn't see myself doing that though. Like, I couldn't see myself leaving my kids. Like, my kids are the reason that I'm strong, and my kids are the reason that I'm able to keep going, because when I don't have nobody, I have them. Like, they constantly remind me that they love me. When I'm sick, they take care of me. Like, if they saw me crying, they would all come to me, hug me, and they would wipe my tears and give me kisses and ask me what's wrong and tell me that everything's gonna be okay. So, like, they are the reason that I'm strong, and I love them so much. So it hurts to see like people going through that type of shit, because I've been there, and I thank God that I'm mentally strong enough to be able to push forward and know that things are going to be better and get to the other side. But there's people who can't. There's people who don't. There's women out here who really can't see the other side, and something in their mind tells them that they can't do it, and then they just give up. And I just want to be a person to let them know in that moment that they're okay, and that you have somebody. And like, yeah, I'm not going to do all the work for you, but I want to help make your life just a little bit easier. And yeah, that was long. Anyway, I done cried. Anyway, that's where I see myself in 5 years. I see myself very successful in helping people and just making this world a better place. Next question. Number 3. How did you become a single mother? This kind of rolls into that a little bit, some of that. So I became a single mother because by my choice. I don't even want to get into too many details because I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to answer this the quickest, easiest way that I can. I became a single mother by my choice. I could have stayed in that relationship and I could have been unhappy. I was like finding myself very depressed. My 3rd child was only 6 months old when I decided to not be with their father anymore. But like I said, I'm very strong. I'm a very strong person, and I really thank God for that. Like, I think that's one of my best traits. But I realized that I was not happy, and that I didn't like the way that my life was going, and I was in a controlling relationship. I wasn't able to really be myself or fulfill what God placed me here for. I didn't just up and leave. I kept talking about the problems and bringing the problems to this man's attention. He failed to resolve those issues. He failed to make an effort. He just failed. And I don't want to completely blame it on him. I don't want to seem like I just left him because of him. It was really like, I honestly think it was just our time to be apart. I honestly think that I just wasn't meant to be with that man forever. I've grown so much as a person since leaving that relationship, so I don't regret that. Sometimes I kind of regret how things ended, just because he's really bitter now. He doesn't have a relationship with my children at all. So sometimes, of course, like, I feel like it's my fault. But I think my kids are better off, you know, with us being separate than with us being together, because we used to argue a lot, we used to fight a lot, and they were very young back then, but, so, you know, they didn't notice it as much, but if we were together still and we were still doing that, then it's like, that's very toxic. It's not good for children to be around that kind of stuff. I'm very protective of my kids, and it was just very bad. It started to get very bad. I did love him a lot. I loved him a lot. I was with him for 7 years. I met him when I was 15. He was 17, and then we had our daughter when I was 17. But I just feel like it was time for my life to elevate, and he wasn't there with me mentally. So I just had to either, you know, sometimes you gotta either decide to do it on your own, or you gotta sit around and wait for someone to get their shit together. And I didn't want to wait. I was 21 years old with 3 kids, and I saw everyone around me, like, slowly elevating their life, you know. It wasn't about living my life or having fun. It definitely wasn't about that. I don't care about that kind of stuff, even now. It was about me elevating my life to be successful. Like, the same person that I am now, I'm not the same person that I was, but I always had big goals and big dreams for myself, ever since I was a kid. So being in that relationship and seeing my life kind of halt for all those years after I had all those kids, and then wanting to be like, okay, it's time to do something different. It's time to elevate. It's time to get more money. It's time to build a different lifestyle. It's time to do these things. I don't think he was on the same page with me. Like I said, he was very controlling. I think he was insecure, and I don't know if he thought that if I was to elevate that I would leave him, or what he thought. I don't know, but it seemed like he was just trying to hold me back. So I had to let it go. And I did. And I can't blame myself for that, me not being in his kid's life. That has nothing to do with me. Like, even though sometimes I get sad and I think, like, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I should have just stayed in the relationship. Maybe I should have tried a little harder. I can't get mad at myself, because your job is to be a fucking parent. I'm still here taking care of the kids. Where the fuck are you at? Like, just because I broke up with you doesn't mean that you just don't take care of the kids. And I'm not a bitter baby mom. So it's nothing like, oh, I won't let him see his kids, or, oh, I won't, like, you know, like, there's been times when he hasn't even called, and I just pulled up to his crib and, like, let the kids see him, let the kids spend the day with them, spend the weekend with them. He didn't ask for that. I did that for my kids, not for, you know, any other reason. I did that for them because they do ask for him. They ask about him. They want to talk to him. They want to see him, but he's literally non-existent. Anyway, on to the next question. If you could do it again, what in your life would you do differently? For example, no kids. I would never change not having kids. I'm, like I said previously, I'm 25 years old, and I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I'm grateful for those experiences. Although in the moment I felt terrible. Shit was fucked up. Shit was crazy. Like, it was a fucking movie. Like, when they make the movie of my life, the shit's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be very interesting and fucking wild, because it's like never ending drama. But I would never regret not having my children, because they made me very strong. And honestly, like I said, I didn't have a lot of support growing up. So honestly, I think my kids were a blessing from God. I think that, because when I was a kid, I was very depressed. I was diagnosed with anxiety. I was like suicidal. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was suicidal at a point in my childhood, before kids. I was suicidal. I was emo. If you know what emo is, it's like kind of like not gothic, but kind of gothic. Like, I had the bangs, and like I wore really dark eyeliner and I wore black. And I dyed my hair weird colors, and I hung out with all my emo friends, and we had gauged our ears, and like all that. I had piercings. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, like I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of my emo days and I'm gonna put it in here. But yeah, like I had a very rough childhood, so I feel like having these kids right before adulthood kind of gave me a reason to be responsible, a reason to care about life, because I really like hated my life a lot at one point. I didn't have my parents. My mom and dad weren't very involved in my life growing up. So I really take things very personally. I'm very emotional, even though I'm the oldest, so I kind of grew up like not being able to express myself so much. So I always kept things in. If you're an oldest, you know, you got to be extra responsible, extra mature, you know, so I always had to keep things in. So I don't really know how to express my emotions very well, but I'm very emotional. So like I was suicidal, bro. Like I used to cut my wrist and shit. Like it was a bad time. I've had dark times, very dark times. So, you know, I think my kids were a blessing. I think my kids definitely came at a time where I needed someone. Now, did I have to have 3? I don't know, probably. I probably didn't have to have 3, but I guess I needed the extra love. I needed it. Like, I needed it. I love my kids. They're so sweet. They're bad sometimes, but they're sweet as hell. Like, they love me so much. So I wouldn't change having kids. But if there was something that I could change, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think that I would change anything, honestly. So next question, number 5. Why, this was a question from a girl from my Snapchat. She said, why are these niggas so fucking sensitive like a woman? And I was like, I don't know how I want to answer that question in general, but I'm gonna try. So why are these niggas so fucking sensitive like a woman? So I would say that guys are just as sensitive as women. They just try to not show it, if that makes sense. So I think they're very emotional. I think guys might be more emotional. They just don't know how to, they don't show their feelings the same way as women do. Because I mean, think about it, like, we're soft and sweet, and we make men love us. So they love things that are soft and sweet and emotional because they're emotional. Like, and women are very tough and very strong, and we love tough, strong men. So we're able to kind of handle our emotions better than they are. I think they just don't know how to, like I said, how to show them, because it's like they grow up like they're not allowed to have emotions, and they grow up like they're supposed to be so tough that I think they tend to probably, like, you know, hide them, and that's not good. I don't think that's healthy at all for anybody, man or woman. But at the same time, there's certain things that men are not supposed to engage in. Like, for example, I think gossiping is a woman's thing. Men gossip. They have to gossip. Come on, like, what the hell are y'all talking? When y'all are at the bar talking about your homeboys and how they did this, that, and the third, that's gossiping. So they gossip, but it's a certain way to gossip, like, to make it not like you're being a bitch, you know? Next question. This was also from the same person. She said, why do they take our kindness as weakness? Girl, I wish I fucking knew. I don't know, man. I don't know why they take our kindness for weakness. Like, honestly, I think it's to certain men. It's certain men. It's not every man. I think it's certain men, because there's men out here who want someone who is kind, and they feel like they can't find someone who's like that. So I think it's certain men, and if they are taking your kindness as weakness, it's because they're weak. I honestly think that it's because they're weak. Because if you have someone who loves you unconditionally and would do absolutely anything for you, why would you take that as weakness? You should embrace that and love that and like never let that go. And if that person happens to be someone that you don't necessarily want a certain type of relationship with, then you should let them know that. And I feel like men and women in general should keep it real. I hate when people play with people's emotions and act like something is something that it's not. I hate that type of stuff. Like, don't tell me you love me if you don't really love me. Don't tell me that you want me to be your girlfriend and you have like 5 fucking girlfriends. Don't tell me that, you know, don't lie to me. Like, keep it fucking real. Stop lying. Why do y'all be lying? I don't know. But yeah, like, if you take someone if someone loves you so fucking much and you take that as weakness, you're weak, because you obviously don't know how to accept real, true love. You obviously have never been loved before, because if you were, you would recognize that that's not weakness, that's love. And you wouldn't want to lose something like that. And like I said, even if you didn't want, like, for example, say there's a woman who really loves you a lot. She does anything for you, and she has a crush on you and she likes you a lot, but you personally don't like her in that way, but you value her friendship and you love her as a friend, but you don't want to let her go as a friend, but you know that you don't want a relationship with her as like your boyfriend, girlfriend type thing. Tell her that. Don't like keep on pretending that you like her just so that you can reap the benefits. Tell her the truth. People respect honesty, because it's like, oh, well, now she'll understand that you just want to be friends with her, and she might not keep doing everything, but she'll probably keep doing some of the things that she would do for you, you know, being kind and stuff, but at least you won't lose her completely. Because if you wait too late and then you tell her like, look, I'm sorry, I don't even like you like that, then it's going to look like you fucking played her. And that's going to be worse than if you told her straight up that you just want to be friends. Same thing goes for guys. Like, don't play with that man. Don't have that man out here doing all of this, doing all of that, and then you got a whole nigga on the side. Stop doing that. Like, I don't know. People different out here in the world. Next question. Where are you from? What do you do for fun? I'm from Maryland, the Eastern Shore of Maryland. I was born in Salisbury, Maryland at Peninsula Regional Medical Hospital or Center, PRMC, so Peninsula Regional Medical Center, something like that. So I was born there on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, near Ocean City, Maryland. Why is this light like this? It's getting on my nerves. I'm gonna change the way I'm sitting. I don't know, but yeah, near Ocean City, Maryland. It's a beautiful place. I love it there. I live in New Jersey now, but I'm not, I go to Maryland all the time. It's kind of boring, but it's a really beautiful place. The beach is beautiful. I love it. And what do I do for fun? I don't know. I like to eat. I don't know. I like to eat. I like to sing, listen to music. I'm pretty much always working on something. Like, I don't know if that's what you guys consider fun. I like nature. I like swimming. I love the beach. Yeah, so that's what I do. I like to travel. As an artist, what would be your dream collab? Where would you perform that track? So I think my dream collab would be with, probably, I want to say Beyonce or Mariah Carey. but probably Beyonce, because Mariah Carey kind of fell off a little bit. So I'm thinking Beyonce. I think we could definitely do some fire work together. And where would I perform that? I would perform it everywhere. Like, what the hell? We going on tour. Like, we performing everywhere. Period. Number 9, question 9, last question is, what drives you and what motivates you? So what drives me is just my kids. Like, when I had a daughter at 17, I told myself that I was not going to be a statistic and that I was not going to be what everyone thinks that you're going to be when you have a daughter at 17. I was pregnant in high school, so, like, you know, I had to walk around and I had to be seen pregnant walking around the hallways, and I got a lot of dirty looks from, like, teachers that used to really like me. I feel like they were kind of disappointed in me, and in a way. And what the hell? So yeah, anyway, I got a lot of dirty looks from my teachers and different things, and so it kind of made me upset. It made me upset that people saw me differently just because I was having a child. And I had, like, a friend who had gotten pregnant around the same time, and she dropped out of school. And when I told my grandmother, who raised me, that I was pregnant, her first question was, how are you going to go to school? Like, you know, what about school? And I think now, looking back and knowing what I know, I think that the reason she asked me that was because she was born in 1940. You know, shit was a lot different back then, but she didn't get to finish school because she had kids at a very young age, even younger than me, I believe. She had a lot of kids. Like, she had like 6 kids. And, you know, back then in the day, it wasn't so bad, you know, as long as you had like a husband or something. And she was married. So as long as you had a husband or were married or had a man that was going to take care of you, no one really questioned it, you know. It was like normal. But, you know, being that times had changed, and I guess, you know, she didn't want the same things for me, and I wasn't married. I was only 17, you know, still living with her. Literally her first question was, how are you going to finish school? And so I told her, I'm going to finish school. And I had to make sure I finished school. Like, that was my number one goal. That was my first goal to accomplish as a mother. Like, that was my first goal to accomplish, and I did it. I worked a full-time job at freaking Walmart while going to school and while taking care of a newborn baby. Like, I promised myself that I wasn't going to be a statistic. So I think what drives me and what motivates me is just making sure that me and my children have the best life that we can have, and that I still accomplish all of my goals and my dreams, even having children. So I don't hide my children. I don't think that it's a burden. I don't, none of that. Because there's women out here who hide their kids. They're like, oh yeah, I got all these kids, and they think it's a burden. And it's a responsibility. It's another responsibility. It's expensive. It can be a burden if you let it be a burden, but you know, you have to think better than that. You can't just be like, oh, I got all these kids, I'm miserable. No, it's like, oh, I got all these kids, I gotta grind. I gotta get more money than the average 25-year-old. I gotta step it up a notch. Like, I gotta really do this shit because my kids gotta eat, and we're not about to have no regular ass lifestyle. We're not eating noodles. We do eat noodles, but you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we not eating McDonald's every night. Like, we going to restaurants, we eating good, we eating sushi, we fucking eating. My kids ain't wearing Walmart shoes. Like, no, we're not doing that. Like, I want a better life for my kids, and it drives me and it motivates me to get this money. I pride myself in being a badass boss bitch with kids. So it's like, do you want to just be a regular woman with kids? Or do you want to be a boss bad bitch with kids? Yeah, I choose to be a bad boss bitch with kids. I don't want to be a regular mom with kids. Like, no, I never wanted to be regular in my life. So just because I have kids don't mean I'm going to be regular. I'm not. No. And it's like, damn, I be proud of myself. Like, I'm so proud of myself because it's like, I really be doing it by myself. And, you know, it is what it is. And give me a couple more years and it's just going to be even more sweet, because I'm not going to stop grinding. I'm not going to stop hustling. You know, my daughter told me she was going to buy me a Mercedes when she gets older. She told me she was buying me like 3 Mercedes. So I got to make sure her dream comes true to buy me a Mercedes. So I got to make sure she goes to college and she's a doctor and shit. That's why I say it's all in how you look at things. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all an example. I do like home health, and there was this lady once that I used to take care of who actually had her leg cut off, and she was just very sad, very miserable, very upset. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm thinking about how would I be if I was in that situation. That's what I used to think about. Like, damn, would I be so upset and angry and miserable? She was a mean lady. And I started thinking about how there's other people in this world who literally have no legs. Like, there's people who have both legs cut off, and they are fucking Olympic track runners. They're Olympic stars. And like I said, it's your mind. Your mind is the number one thing that will change your fucking life. Your mind. Like, it's all in how you look at things. If you're negative about, that was gross. If you're negative about things and like you literally just always sad, moping around and shit, yeah, your life's gonna be kind of hard, because it's like you're putting out this negative energy and you're just being so negative, and it's like, I don't know, like, you're never looking at the bright side. You're never looking at the good things you have in life, and then it's like some of those things are probably gonna get snatched away because you don't appreciate them. You don't even recognize them. So it's like, even in the bad times, you have to try to look at the positives, and just change your mindset. You know, I felt very sorry for that one lady who didn't have her leg, because I know it's got to be very hard and traumatizing, but like I said, it's all in how you look at things. And I'm sure she will heal and she will move on with her life and be better. But it's like, bro, there's people out here who ain't got no legs, and they out here running, living their life, still doing everything. You know what I'm saying? And there's people out here with 20 fucking kids, and they're rich, and they do this, they do that. There's people out here who have cancer. There's people out here who have there's no excuse. Yes, you should take time to deal with your emotions and like go through the phases, but don't get stuck there. Don't stay there. Like, move on. Be positive. Be happy. Change. If you want to change your life, change your mind. Change your mind. Change how you think about things. Change the way you do things. Just change. And yeah, that's what motivates me. Wanting more for myself and my family is what motivates me. Period. That's all the questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like what I had to say. Please comment below. Let me know what you guys think about any of these topics that we discussed. And like I said, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, comment, share, do it all. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does support me. And I'd be very happy if you do it. So thank you.